Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is Muhammad Tariqur Rahman, lecturer in English, Shoaib Zia Roman College, Sahibrat, Borishal. Hope you are hale and hearty by the blessing and mercy of Almighty Allah. It would be better if we could introduce ourselves in our college classroom in person. But unfortunately we can't do that, and you know the reason. The whole world has been suffering from a pandemic, COVID-19, and Bangladesh has been suffering also. Every day many people are dying of this pandemic. The country has recorded 18 more deaths, raising the total tally to 5,699 in last 24 hours. The positive cases has already reached to 3,91,586. Bangladesh reported its first coronavirus cases on March 8 and the first death on March 18. And the worldwide coronavirus cases crossed 40 million by now. This is one problem for all of us. We have been suffering from another problem, and this is soaring prices of essential commodities. If the situation persists, people like us will start starving. The situation has become so dire for us that the minimum amount of food on everyday menu, rice, potato, edible oil, green chili and onion, is being considered luxury. As prices of these 5 basic items have increased by taka 5 to taka 110 per kg over the last 2 months. But amid these versatile problems, we have to continue our work, our studies, and pray to Allah more and more to save us from these difficulties. Dear students, today I am going to take a class with you, and it is one on English first paper. And for English first paper, you have to follow English for Text, English for Today, this textbook published by NCTB, National Curriculum and the National Curriculum and Textbook Board. This textbook has been developed for class 11 and 12 according to the National Curriculum 2012. The principle of writing this book is learning a language by actually practicing it. This practice, which is carried out through the 4 language skills of speaking, listening, reading and writing, usually in an interactive mode, underlies the communicative approach to language learning. As the focus is on the communicative functions of language, the main aim of the textbook is to provide ample opportunities for students to use English for a variety of purposes in interesting situations. The book is divided into units. Each unit based on a theme which has several lessons, and it contains reading textbook text and a range of tasks and activities designed to enable students to practice the different skills, sometimes individually and sometimes in pairs or groups. Some literary texts have also been included. However, the emphasis is in such cases is not just on the content but on the exploration, on the exploitation of the text to trigger a variety of language activities. The emphasis on the communicative approach, however, does not disregard the role of grammar. Instead of treating grammar as a set of rules to be memorized in isolation, the book has integrated grammar items into the activities, allowing grammar to assume a more meaningful role in the learning of English. Thus, students develop their language skills by practicing language activities and not merely by knowing the rules of the language. It is expected that the new textbook will be an effective resource for the learning of English at this level. This textbook has 15 units and 57 lessons, but you have to only read 4 units for quarterly exam, and in our college a quarterly exam is held every year, and what will be happen this year I am not sure, because when the institution will reopen it will be decided only by the authority and the government. But we will go through the text, read the text from the beginning. Before going through the text, I want to show you the marks distribution for English first paper. Dear students, I am now discussing marks distribution for English first paper. For English first paper, marks distribution is 100 marks, and you have to answer 11 questions from English first paper. You have to answer the following items in your HSC examination. Question number 1. Question number 1 is divided into 2 parts. For number 1A, multiple choice questions, you will be given 5 multiple choice questions and stipulated marks is 5, and for 1B you will be given open-ended questions or comprehension questions, and these questions will be given from a scene passage from your textbook. For question number 2, you will be given information transfer or flow chart. You have to answer these questions, and for it stipulated marks is 10. Number 3, you have to write down a summary from a passage from the textbook or a poem, and for it fixed mark is 10, and you have to answer number 4 close test with clues, and stipulated marks is 5, and close test without clues 10 marks. There will be 10 close test. This then you will be given to write down a rearrange. You have to rearrange sentences, 10 sentences, and for this stipulated marks is 10. Then you have to write down a paragraph. You will be given some questions, and you will have to write down the paragraph answering those questions. And for this stipulated marks 10 for writing a story or completing a story. You will be given some hints, and with that hints you have to complete the story, and for it is stipulated mark 7. Then you have to write down an email or a letter, and for this 5 marks. Then you have to describe a graph or chart, and for this is 10 marks. Then you have to appreciate a short story or poem, and for this stipulated marks 8, and total marks 100. It is for your final exam or HSC exam. But if a quarterly exam is held in our college, there will be 25 marks for English first paper. And before I told you that in every year our college a quarterly examination is held, and there is in quarterly examination for English first paper 25 marks, and for second paper 25 marks. Total 50 marks is given from English first paper and second paper. Though it is not sure whether the examination will be held this year or not, because it depends upon the situation. If the situation improves, then examination can be held. However, it will be declared later. Then I am now discussing something about your textbook. Dear students, in English first paper in unit 1 there, and these lessons are about famous personalities who made history in respective fields. First of all, I want to say about the historic speech of 7 March 1971 of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, father of the nation. Then there is a lesson of Nelson Mandela, who was an apartheid fighter and then president of South Africa. After that, there are lessons about two women, Valentina Tereshkova and Kalpana Chawla. who made history for their extraordinary achievements. Dear students, I am now giving you an advice. You should follow this for your better life, for your safety. We all know that we have been passing through a very critical situation, and to save us from this pandemic, we will try our best, and then Allah will help us. We should not go outside of home without any important work or business, and if you go outside of home or come to home, wash your hands and face for at least 20 seconds, and the government has advised everyone to refrain from going outside without wearing masks. Amid the resurgence of COVID-19, I am really sorry for those who have lost their relatives from this COVID-19 pandemic. Words fail to console them at this critical moment. Have patience and tackle the situation depending upon the will of Allah. Only Allah can save us. I pray that Allah might help them to bear the irreparable loss. May their souls rest in peace. I will not linger any moment now. So goodbye. Thank you very much.